Hello and welcome to the Booze and Tunes podcast, featuring myself, as always, Thomas T. Rads Radley, as well as my good friend and cohort, Mr. Lee Woogie Wago.
I'm over here. I'm this way.
Also featuring back after a 2-week absence is Andro Arcro Grimbordo Viromoso.
I'm pointing the right direction.
And last but certainly not least, returning for a second time is Johnny Bones Crone Cave Crone.
The king.
Hello. Glad to be back.
Now,
Hell
this
yeah.
week has a lot of special shit coming to it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in as usual. Crack your cold ones, light your spliffies. I want to begin this week just by talking about the new tunes as we typically do. One of the big ones for at least us this week was Worst Party Ever covers Dogleg's Star 67. Two of my favorite bands personally. I know a lot of the people in this podcast enjoy both bands, but this cover was released. I think they've been hinting somewhat towards an EP split of some sorts, maybe where they cover each other's music. But thoughts on this one? Start with you, Lee Wargo.
Okay, just to add to that, if you didn't know, Dogleg announced that tonight at midnight they will be releasing their Worst Party Ever cover. So,
of what?
Their Worst Party Ever cover.
Yeah, like what are they covering?
The song.
They were not like Worst Party Ever, where Worst Party Ever just said the song. Dogleg is just saying tonight, and then they have the same image but black instead of white, I believe. It's the same exact cover image except a different color.
I see this now. It says midnight.
Yep. So I mean, obviously that's what that means. And I'm actually more excited for Dogleg's version of Worst
100%.
Party Ever. But I think Worst Party Ever did a real good job. It's fucking Dogleg. Like, they're supposed to just go hard.
Dogleg's harder. They pull it off harder. And
Yeah.
Very true. I think
Party Ever is the perfect soft fucking indie emo.
right. I think what they actually did do a
beautiful.
great job of was they kind of like transformed like the emo post-hardcore Dogleg sound and almost turned it into like an arena rock sound. Like they made it just a bit poppier to the point where you could see it played for thousands of people. Crone, familiar with either of these bands?
I've actually never heard of either of these bands, so
both
I'll be checking them out.
I was actually curious because I know that I told you in the past, you motherfucker, to listen to Dogleg. They're just,
Dogleg is the one that sounds familiar.
They play very fast. They're very it's just emotional, like released thrash music, but it is unbelievable top tier in whatever genre they consider themselves to be. Worst Party Ever is mainly indie emo style music, but these bands are great friends from what I have come to understand just by following them on Twitter. I know they did some shows together in the past. I don't know if they ever toured together or anything, but, you know.
Can't wait for that after quarantine.
Worst Party Ever.
That would be
Worst Party Ever
amazing.
they were in a whole band.
Well,
So
no,
they had that
Andy.
little set of songs they had, and it was
Right, Andy did all of it as like
tape was just him. There was
it
one
was just
song,
solo.
other
Well, no, because you had like 130 on Anthology, I believe is the album you're
There's
referencing.
some exceptions, but
Yeah. But that was like the whole thing. We don't really have the whole
every
backstory
other
of those.
song is
It
just
could have just been him.
crying, and it's beautiful.
Right. And he does, like I said, that indie emo sound is really what he's capitalized on.
Dogleg, they're all they're banging on every instrument, and
They are
yelling.
extremely talented
If
musicians.
you
Like
want
a
to
jam.
cry, listen to Worst Party Ever. If you want to fucking get mad and yam, Dogleg.
But I will say that the instruments on Dogleg in the band, as opposed to Worst Party Ever, I mean, Dogleg just plays some of these riffs that I don't even know how they're possible to be played in the confines of a song that you can still bang out to. It's wild.
If you like punk, if you like emo, if you like hardcore,
definitely.
Both incredible bands. They're not.
Oh, 100%. They, I believe Dogleg's Melee actually did get reviewed by Pitchfork, and it got like an 8 out of 10. Like it got a really, really high score, and that was kind of where Dogleg. I mean, Dogleg had kind of built the underground following, especially out of the Detroit scene, is where I believe they're from. But we got to move on from that one. So into one that was
right there.
Melee, absolutely.
For me.
We're McCafferty 2-pack. They released 2 songs, and the title of the EP was, and I quote,
"Give it to him."
2 demos never released from 2017. So please don't think I'm coming back, comma, I promise you I won't, period. That is the name of the EP. As I'm sure anybody listening who has delved into McCafferty whatsoever knows what that is referencing. But to you who may not be aware, Nick, the lead singer and songwriter, guitar player of McCafferty, Ohio emo fame, has had a lot of allegations of abuse and just generally shitty attitude and behavior. So he is kind of banished from that whole scene at this point. It remains to be seen.
From a mental handicap,
right?
Whether it's justified or not, it happened.
Right. Of course,
just declarative, like it's like a reaction.
Again, his behavior is, if the stories are to believed, inexcusable.
I mean, we had a show canceled because of his schizophrenia.
We did, but we don't have to dive into all of that. They have struggled from their lead singers and songwriters issues in the past, and now they are completely done or believed to be so. But they did put out these 2 songs as an EP. One of them was actually really good. The first one, it was titled. Hold on one second, I lost it. It was Wasabi. Was the first one. Again, it has their typical like lo-fi fucking. I recorded this on an iPhone demo like sound.
Still
very sad. Yeah, I mean it's good. I don't know if Lee listened to this or Veary. Crone, you said you don't know them. Oh wait, that was. Do you know McCafferty?
I know them. I haven't listened to the new songs though.
Okay, so 2 songs came out just on Friday. Lee, thoughts about this one?
Yeah, so first of all, this is just ridiculous to name the shit 2 demos never released from 2017. So please don't think I'm coming back. You just came back, so you're not coming back again. Please don't think I'm coming back again after this. Then
super bait title.
Wasabi was great. Well, Wasabi's a great song.
I think they're both dope.
Me, myself, and I Love You just seems like it's incredibly unfinished, but it seems like it could be a pretty good song if they'd finished it. But I mean, I just don't even know. I don't know if he needed to do this, but
I feel like, I mean, he was pretty open on the Instagram posts and shit about not having a lot of money,
motives. Who knows?
Selling,
really.
But he was selling a lot of his personal belongings. You would assume there were money issues there. He sold the. I believe it was.
That was before the fallout, wasn't it? Like selling the car and shit.
Veary, there were so many fallouts with McCafferty.
It was just like
it actually, for those of you out there who might be YouTube scroungers, Nate the Mate has a great video on the rise and fall of McCafferty. Check that one out. Great channel for indie emo.
But their music was beautiful.
Their music was amazing.
It was a beast. I listen to it every day. I still do. It was crazy. If you like emo rock.
If you love the emo indie singer songwriter sad boy music, then there's just no chance that you don't like McCafferty. You can dislike what he did and who he is, and I totally get that. But
every single lyric specifically about
but the music speaks for itself. It does. Crone, what are your as somebody who is familiar with McCafferty in the past, what are your thoughts about like their previous works now knowing all of this?
Knowing the backstory that you were getting.
The singer's pretty much hated, and it was projected to be hated after the fallout on all their fans. They wanted them to hate him.
Knowing their music and kind of the passion that goes into it, and also that genre, it's not that surprising because I mean, in the pop punk genre, kind of allegations of abuse and things like that, I've heard, kind of run rampant. And
Right. And
so,
you know, you're absolutely correct on that one. The Warped Tour, I believe, a few years ago, they had like a whole running meme about how like 50%, if not more, give or take, was sexual offenders or of some sort on their major stages, which was obviously a problem. But we've dealt with a lot of issues with that scene, with those kind of crimes, and you know, it really is. It's disgusting. It's a shame.
Talking shit about Lost Prophets again?
Oh God, we're not going to mention that.
No.
Again?
That's by far the worst one, by the way.
Introducing this week, we have the Lee Wargo Wheel of Fame. Lee Wargo, why don't you go ahead and spin that wheel for us, buddy?
Oh, this one? Oh, where did that come
starting,
from?
we're starting with the Lee Wargo Wheel of Fame.
How many times?
Oh, it's tonight. It begins. So what this wheel is, ladies and gentlemen, is basically a wheel of smoking, drinking, and other, uses of profanity. Lee, what do we have here?
Lee, what do we have here?
Rip a bowl.
Rip a bowl.
Okay.
So says the gods, so say they shall be. Cheers, boys.
I'll be using a
look, a pack
grill lighter tonight.
Oh, a what? A what, Crown?
Hey, you know.
Gang.
There we go.
Gang.
Toasty McFloasty, as most people would say. Moving on to the next new music of the week, we had one of my personal favorites, if not my favorite, KennyHoopla featuring Travis Barker. The song is called Estella. As some of you know, I know already, I have recently discovered KennyHoopla over the past weeks or maybe a month or two. Incredibly talented singer, songwriter, kind of rapper. It's just he's so all-encompassing. The main vibe of the music would be like a punk alternative vibe, but he definitely has through a song with Nothing Nowhere and now Travis Barker, he's kind of gone to the corners of his genre with the singer-songwriter and the punk music. So seeing what he does moving forward, this song with Travis Barker, I actually was a huge fan of. Veary, did you give this one a listen?
I just dropped my ball. I'm getting a call from Cape Cod. Ignored. Hold on, I dropped my balls. Whoa, I think we're good though. I still got Bud now for another hit or two, just in case.
So, Veary, did you listen to this KennyHoopla record?
I think I did once.
I think I showed you this one.
I don't think I brought it back.
Right.
Not a shot to your opinion. I just didn't bring it back.
Right.
Travis Barker. You know, I wish I could play it. The drums is half as good as he does, of course. Right. A beast, but he's Kenny. He's rapping over it in a punk style.
It's more. This one is more singing. It's more singing focused. I think what's going on is
was it the video of the guy with the leopard jeans on jamming?
That was a different video. Yeah, same guy.
Oh,
different
that was
video.
beast. Oh, okay. Maybe I must have just been busy because I did like that video a lot.
Right.
He was a maniac and his vibe was crazy. I loved it.
Definitely. I believe the one you're referring to is If I'm Buried by the Highway.
He's in fucking
it's like a
zebra,
warehouse.
He's in zebra type jeans and fucking jamming, dude.
It's How Will I Rest in Peace If I'm Buried by the Highway.
That song was nuts. So I must have missed. I listened to the song once, maybe I got busy, but
so it is very good. Lee, did you listen to this one?
Yeah, I'll give credit to both him and Travis. Yeah, they're dope.
I listened to it quite a few times. I mean, I have a hard on for all things pop punk at all times. So I mean, this is what I want to see become popular. Like, this is what we were talking about. Like, will this shit ever become popular? And so far with MGK and now Hoopla, just Mr. Hoopla is doing wonderful things.
Senor Hoopla.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like crazy, like, oh, I'm fucking crying over it. The shit's so good, but it was definitely a good yam, and Travis Barker's always good. I love how he can just throw his name on shit as a drummer. And
it is
just raps.
cool.
Yeah.
On that point, I love the fact that he has like a DJ Khaled approach now, where he likes to co-sign these artists who do something different at the very least. They're not like this mainstream. Most of them, anyways, aren't this mainstream entity who already have all of these accolades and accomplishments. Crone, did you listen to this song? Have you heard of KennyHoopla previously?
Yeah. KennyHoopla is somebody who I found out about definitely just from like YouTube algorithm. I forget what song dropped the other. It's the same one that you guys were talking about in the warehouse, and I was a big
He's
fan.
talking
I haven't
about
heard the new one.
how will they rest in peace of them buried by the highway. That's how
Yeah,
most people.
it's a
seem to
banger.
have
It's a
found it.
banger.
It's
So
amazing.
I'm definitely pro KennyHoopla, pro Travis Barker. I think I heard it, but I might be thinking of a different video I just watched that was like Travis Barker and Lil Wayne potentially.
I mean, I like his voice better than I like Tom DeLonge, so that's a step forward. Travis Barker
Oh,
land. I'm sorry.
Ruthless.
Sorry, but it's just what I had to say.
I just think Kenny has kind of like it's a haunting take almost on like a punk vocal. It's very abstract, but this is the kind of shit that moves that genre forward. You get a more punk, and I mean, without going too much into what Veary already said, the kid's got charisma out the ass, man.
Yeah,
His energy is
Sure,
fucking
yeah.
unmatched. He really just he punches you in the face with who he is, and I think that's what everybody really connects with in music in the first place. So shouts out to KennyHoopla.
Dude,
fucking love him.
Just to add on to that, there's just something about just passionate fucking singers. There's nothing like it. They don't even have to have a great voice at all. You could just feel the passion.
You can have more of a sound, as a lot of people say, with like the, not casting any shade, but with the Rod Stewarts and the Bob Dylans of the world.
Jesse Lacey.
It's more of a sound than it is an actual American Idol style voice. You know what I mean? With the
I call it all soul. Like you have the soul genre, then I see like soul when people are actually performing.
That's okay. All right. I like the distinguishing.
Like you have the soul genre, the funky fucking old church soul, great jams, but then I can see just recordings of people singing like that. He's got soul.
Yeah,
the soul behind his work for sure.
All right, so moving on to the next one was Slowthai. I know me and Lee have discussed Slowthai in the past. Slowthai is a British rapper, singer, songwriter. As of the last release that he put out, I believe he has now had a child. His vibe and the overall aesthetic of his music has really seemed to change now. He went from a really reckless persona and he was just out there, man. Again, very charismatic. That's why a lot of people, I'm sure, are fans of Slowthai, as am I. But this new song, NHS, very introspective, very personal. He reflects a lot upon the fact that, growing up, maybe the tired old trope, but it remains to be true. He had no money. And now with all this money and, a child and at least a baby mother, maybe a wife or a girlfriend, I'm not entirely certain. But it seems that he's evolving as an artist, becoming more mature. Anybody listen to this one? Any thoughts on that?
Haven't checked it out, but every Slowthai feature I'm hearing has just been getting me more and more into him. Like he was on a Gorilla song, James Blake, All Fire.
Right.
Yeah.
That song was fantastic, by the way.
Yeah. I listened to this song. I actually like the song. I don't like all of Slowthai. Like I like some songs that I hear from him, some I don't like. But this one was pretty good. Nothing like super memorable, but I actually like the style he was going with this one. But.
So did you like the previous one with Mount Kimby? I can't actually think of the fucking name. The music video had him being pregnant and going through the motions as if he were the one delivering the baby. Again, very introspective. He seems to be switching his style up now to less from almost a demon-like persona, as a lot of his pictures and shit depict. But talented nonetheless. The song was actually called "Feel Away." It actually features James Blake and Mountain Kimby. So, Crone, if you haven't heard that one, I suggest checking that one. I know you're a big fan of James Blake. Veary, did you listen to this one? What do you think?
Yeah, I listened to it. Wouldn't listen to it twice though.
Okay.
So
not a fan.
Well, I'm different about my British rapping. I like it in my drum and bass music, my EDM, nightclub. Fucking the English are big into that shit.
More of
a lot of the rapping is over fucking heavy drum and bass beats. It's just a lot of what I listen to. I'm getting the same thing here, just not the fucking instruments I want to hear.
Right. Okay, fair. Moving on.
So I just won't listen to it twice. That's all I gotta say about that.
Oh no, that's fair. It's always nice to have conflicting point of views on that. Moving on, we have IDK back with another single called 2 Cents. Dropped a music video for it. For those of you familiar with IDK out there, you'll already know that he's kind of done the whole thing himself. He, from what I understand, owns his own business and he shoots his own shit and hopefully writes his own lyrics. And I've known that he's been a big part of his production. He's very independent with all of his releases. But this new song, 2 Cents, it's good. It is good, and I do like it. But it sounds so much like Kanye. It sounds so much like... I couldn't... As a fan of IDK, I couldn't listen to it without being like, okay, not only is it very reminiscent of Kanye's most popular work, notably My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and shit like that, but the vocals on it, he also sounds like he's trying to inflect a Kanye vibe into this one. Did anybody listen to this? Any thoughts on this one?
I did not.
Yeah, I haven't listened to this one.
It was, like I said, it was good. We'll pass on that one quickly, but it was good. I just my same problem remains with IDK. He always kind of just doesn't have his own sound. I don't know.
Why is he trying to sound like Kanye? With points brings that out. I'm curious.
It really is. It's the voice. Most of me realizing like, wow, this is so Kanye-esque is the inflection on his voice, the delivery. I mean, even the lyrics themselves, if you listen to this one, if I'm wrong, tell me down in the comments, but I don't know on this one. I think the style may have clashed a little bit with Kanye West. But that's just me. Again, I know he has a very devoted fan base, and I do like a lot of his work. So, moving on from there, we have NBA Youngboy and Rich the Kid's joint album, Nobody's Safe. Youngboy has some crazy, unbelievable amount of YouTube fame. His videos do 10 million views in a day. Veery's out on this one, obviously.
Don't even ask me for my opinion. I don't give it a listen.
It's crazy in the landscape.
I may never will.
But he just, you can speak on the simple fact that this man's doing 10 million views a day, maybe, and the album sales don't reflect it. I don't know his label situation. I don't know if he's independent or otherwise, but you would think that those views and the counts would reflect on his sales, and they really don't. But did anybody listen to this album? I know a lot of them were on the New Music Friday. Anybody get to listen to this one?
Anybody else besides
me?
I haven't heard this one.
I think I listened to Bankroll, but I honestly couldn't even tell you anything about it, so I must not have cared that much about it, to be honest.
It could be my arrogance, but when I see a name like his, it's usually
he does have a terrible name.
It's direct name. It directs me straight to trap. It's just like straight to trap.
Again.
Huh?
The name stands for Youngboy Never Broke Again.
Cool.
But
I see NBA Youngboy, and it literally sounds like any fucking trap artist out of community college dropout. I don't know what to tell you.
Fair.
It's the same.
Have you ever given him a listen?
No.
Okay.
And if I might have, but I just again, I'm not gonna recall it.
But maybe give him a shot. Something to think about in the future.
I probably have, but I will do it again out of respect.
Right.
However, just the name I can't like. Young this, young that.
Fair. Old head.
It's just trap right away from me.
The next one actually interested me quite a bit. We have Eddie Vedder with 2 singles.
Would you like me better if I was Eddie Vedder?
Probably.
I figured.
But he has 2 singles out now, Say Hi and Matter of Time. I believe they're both solo. I don't know if anybody worked on them or not. But they were written for people afflicted with a junctional epidermolysis epidermolysis bullosa.
Let's get a librarian in here to check that.
I have no idea what that is, but I did see these releases. One of the songs was specifically written for a young 6-year-old Eli Meyer who was afflicted with this disease. Both of the songs are like ballads. They're very soft. Did anybody give a listen to these?
Yes.
I haven't heard them.
I didn't.
Veary, what do you think about these?
Exactly what you said. They're just doing his soft gospel, fucking beautiful voice, bringing cheer, blessing somebody. I'm not gonna bang it out and jam to it. It's just a good song. That's all it is.
Right, and more power to Eddie Vedder.
He gave somebody a great gift, but it's not a hit.
Understood.
That's not gonna give me any hope in a fucking. They're at Pearl Jam's, dude. I shouldn't say give me hope in a Pearl Jam tour. They'll probably tour again.
No, but it's nice. It's very it's moving piece.
Man's a fucking god.
Specifically, Say Hi. I believe that was the one that was written for the 6-year-old Eli Meyer. But they're beautiful pieces of music, and they're singles from a singer-songwriter. That's
I guess it's just not an Emmy getter.
Right. It's not. Moving on from there, we have Shawn Mendes and Justin Bieber with Monster. I'm going to be honest with you. When I first listened to this song Friday night, I was pretty toasted. Not gonna front on you. I enjoyed this. It's a nice little bop. I'm not gonna lie. It's a nice little yam. I had a good time vibing to it. That's really the only thoughts that I had on this one. Anybody give a listen to this one?
Bro, I'm still stuck on Emmy Getter, so
I did listen to this one, and Emmy Getter. I enjoyed this song. I enjoyed this song a lot. I actually was taking my mom to the store while I listened to this one, and she had her opinion of it too. She said she listened to it. She doesn't like Justin Bieber. She said he's conceited, and she liked his last girlfriend better. So there's her thoughts on it.
Would that be Selena? I'm not even.
I don't know, but
I haven't kept up with that. I do like the song though. I really, it's fun. I mean, it is what it is. You know what you're expecting coming into a song with these two, but I could see this being a #1 hit. Veary or Crone, you guys give this one a listen?
No,
I haven't heard it.
All right, good.
Selena and
yeah, you're dead.
Justin Bieber.
We had moving on from there.
Like I said, the Emmy Getter had me stunned. I'm still
I'm
still like disoriented from Lee's comment there. You're just bringing the shit on me. I'm trying to focus.
Transition. Megan Thee Stallion's new album, Good News, came out this past Friday. Just to be honest, not a big fan of Megan. Haven't been. Don't see myself changing on that one.
Yeah, get me out of there.
Future. I did listen to almost every song on this album. I made it through about 11 of them. I'm sure there's more than that. Off the top of my head, I'm sure I'll get hate for that comment, but 11 songs to me is enough to realize that the same vibe and the same idea is replicated over and over and over with a nearly identical production throughout the entire thing. I just can't. It's as if there is no creativity in the studio sessions for these kinds of projects. I realize that she's a big star. She's very charismatic. She's a very beautiful woman, but this album specifically, good Lord, there is no direction whatsoever on this. Did anybody else give this one a listen?
No, but I know I'd agree.
Okay, so
maybe a bit biased, but nonetheless,
I think I'd know I'd agree.
I listened to Circles. I thought it had a good sound to it, but yeah, like you said, the shit it's the same thing. Like, it's just the same lyric. It's almost like it's a copy and paste of every other lyric she's ever wrote. I don't know.
And the production of the entire project, if I'm being honest with you, is just so it is very copy and paste. It really, I think it's like 47, 48 minutes or something like that. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but throughout that time, so much of this blends together that you could not convince me that more than one or two of these songs are not blatantly verse hook, verse hook, verse hook. Like, literally, they were just like, this is how you need to make the song, do this, do that, and do this.
Yep.
And I can't get past it. I know the intro song was Shots Fired, I believe it was called. Obvious story about Tory Lanez with her being shot. Terrible crime. You know, we don't want to see violence towards anybody. Right. But beyond the fact, the song's not good. Whether it's true or not, and you know, taking her word for what it is, if it's all true, which I will assume, the vibe and the overall flow and lyricism and I can't see myself ever listening to that again. Specifically speaking on the intro track, I cannot see myself ever listening to that song again. For those of you who listened to it, did anybody have any thoughts about specifically that song?
Which one?
It's Shots Fired. It's the very first one.
I only heard Circles.
I'm not gonna love it.
Fair enough.
I know she now the songs. I know her voice and her style, the flow. It's just not my thing.
Oh, okay, but that's fair. Again, she is a massive star, a lot of fanfare, but those would be my trending thoughts with that one. DaBaby released an EP or an extended EP, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I believe 7 songs. I liked this a lot more than I've liked most of his projects. Maybe when he really condenses it and gets the best of himself, he takes away the best from that project. But I did like this one. Highlights for me were Shania and Coochie Peacoat. Both of those songs were awesome. He definitely has his own style, and he does stick true to that, but it's done very well. Any thoughts on this one, guys? Anybody listen to this one?
I do. Okay, so this album, this EP, whatever, this extended EP was actually my first time giving DaBaby a fair shot, and I'm glad I did because it was actually super fucking good.
DaBaby's fire.
Yeah, well, this was different too. Like, it wasn't just hits, because it's all about his brother passing. And it actually, dude, I was straight up. I cried for a long time listening to this EP. The first 4 songs.
Most of, if not all of, the album has to do with DaBaby's older brother committing suicide. The album is called My Brother's Keeper, and in parentheses, Long Live G. I'm not familiar with DaBaby's brother. I don't know his name or full name whatsoever, but that is what I understand from it. Again, on Lee's point, very, very kind of different emotionality between DaBaby's last few projects and this one, for good reason, but I think it brought a lot of good things in him. Crone, you said that you're a DaBaby fan. Did you listen to this one?
I haven't listened to this yet, but I'm excited. You know, sounds like a side of DaBaby that we haven't seen before.
Definitely.
It's really fucking good. Yeah, like I wanted to keep going back to Shania. Gucci Peacoat was really good. Brother's Keeper is really good. I'd like to see, Shania Twain. Brother's Keeper. I'd like to see it like an acoustic version of that song. Honestly,
that would be cool.
It. And
he's done ukulele remixes with Einar Banks in the past, I believe is his name.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be checking out more of his shit. I mean, I can completely relate to him on that because he's literally like the same age, and his brother is the same age as mine passing. So it probably hit me a little bit harder. But yeah,
connecting with the music, of course, makes a huge difference. So
yeah,
again,
definitely beneficial.
Right, of course, and shout out to both brothers there
Absolutely.
on that one. But great piece of music there. I think there were some hits thrown in there just so it could maintain the charts, because I'm sure anything DaBaby releases at this point will, do numbers regardless. Moving on from there, we had Meek Mill with an EP, a quarantine pack, if you will, 4 songs. In my opinion, to be completely honest with you, entirely forgettable. Not a big fan of this. The lead single, I believe, was Pain Away with Lil Durk. I have loved some of Meek's work in the past. He seems to be trying to assimilate into the auto-tune genre, the crooners, if you will, of the future. It doesn't necessarily work for him. But
he was doing it without that when we were in high school.
But he was rapping.
Exactly. I mean, he was good. He was good before he was doing all this shit.
Meek can rap. We all know that. I think he just wants to chart higher. I think that's an understandable point of view to have, but I do think that's what he's doing, and I think it is taking away from some of the quality there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard him, but I feel like I've heard enough bars from Meek Mill. Like I already know that he can do it and he can kill that. I'd be interested to see what he can do for more of like a song, like, because I've started to like stop listening to Meek Mill because I'm just not into that like
more
aggressive rap,
Right.
Yeah. So I'll give that a listen for sure.
Definitely check that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I listened to this. I have a couple notes. Like middle of it, it was a pretty good song until Veary, whoever Veary is. I hate his voice. I think he sucks. I don't care. I don't know who he is. He was on another song with him. Think It's a Game.
He was in Friday the 13th.
I don't like this guy, whoever it is. Like he says, "Fuck this rap shit. Ain't no cap shit." It's horrible. He's talking about like how he hates rap, but he's doing it for some reason. Pain Away just sounded like a Bryson Tiller ripoff, but it was a good song. I mean, but it's literally just sounded like something off Bryson Tiller's fucking trap soul album. And GTA 42 Doug, he doesn't sound good. He's not good to listen to. I don't like to listen to him.
I do like Doug, but hey, to each their own.
Yeah, that's just my opinion on it. But
moving on from that, the only other there were 2 that I wanted to talk about. Tierra Whack released a single called Peppers and Onions, and Sheck Wes released a single called Bin Ballin'. Sheck Wes declared that he wanted to join the NBA draft in 2020. And he wasn't drafted, but it seems as though this song was poking fun at himself joining the draft. Honestly, the energy of it is fantastic. I really like this song. It's just so much fun. If you watch the video, it really is like just the most fun song I have heard in a long time. Anybody give a listen to this one? Anybody thoughts on that?
I gotta go get the mail.
yeah.
Ruthless.
Me too.
That is cold.
I actually did listen to it, but just it was kind of like whatever. Like I just listened to it once and I'm good. But it wasn't terrible.
Who is this?
Did not listen to that.
Oh,
I listened to Sheck Wes.
Out of those, you should have listened to Tierra Whack.
I might have listened to it. If it was on the New Music Friday list, I listened straight through it.
I don't know if it was. It may have been. She's not like she's not the biggest star in the world, but she definitely has a good following going. And I mean, for a good reason. She's unbelievably talented.
Okay.
Crone, are you familiar with Tierra Whack?
No, never heard of them.
She is a very good female rapper. She's been akin to a female Tyler, the Creator. Take of that what you will. It's not the same, but that's what a lot of people correlated in her first project. I forget what it was called off the top. It was Whack World or something like that. But it was like a 20-minute visual project of like minute-long songs, and it was all different segments. It was really, really, really dope. Highly recommend that one to anybody
Sounds good.
who has not heard that one before. But moving on to that one, we have segments. I want some suds here, Lee. I want some suddy suds.
The UPS guy almost left.
The biggest conversation I want to have this week is Kanye. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy 10-year anniversary. This album was conceived during Kanye's kind of like exile in Hawaii. He had a lot of trouble with like illegal shit and public image because of Taylor Swift stuff. And when he had the crazy outburst during her acceptance speech.
That was staged.
The media response was not good. He definitely, went down in the public eye at that time. But that was the leading thoughts going into this album. I'm sure everybody here has at least listened to a couple songs off of it. Let me just get your general thoughts of the album off the top. Crone, what do you think of this one?
I mean, I think this album is and was a game changer. Huge, powerful track list. You have some of the best features of like this year. Bon Iver, Lost in the World. I mean, that's one of my favorite songs. There's just so many good songs, really. Honestly,
it is nice that he does recognize Justin Vernon's like songwriting or writing abilities, because he has seemed to throughout the past use a lot of Justin Vernon's songwriting skills and stuff in his own music. Yeah. So that's really cool. Lee, thoughts on this album as a whole? Just general thoughts.
Yeah. So Bon Iver, he's great. Kanye knew it, so Kanye is okay in my book. Nicki Minaj's part in Monster is trash. I don't care what anybody says. Don't at me. And overall, like, the album's
if you want to add him,
pretty good. I'm not in love with it. Like, I'm not gonna marry it like Tom is one day, but
yeah,
pretty good
album.
I would
have given the opportunity. I would. Veary, thoughts on this one generally?
You know how I stand.
I know. Do they know?
Yeah.
Tell me, Veary.
And the times I've listened to it my entire life, so once or twice. My Kanye, I don't love the guy. I'll bring it back to what I said. Gold Digger, amazing song. Shout out to my boy Ray Charles, though. That was.
It's not even on the album.
No, it's not. This is my Kanye speech. Little boys sitting there, teenage, MTV. Gold Digger comes on. That great track, but that's the extent of my Kanye career.
Can I say one thing about this album?
I don't want to bump it. I don't like the guy that much. Yeah, I think he's great. That's about it.
All right.
I don't love him, but I think he's great. What can I say?
Fair enough.
To Veery's point, let's have a toast for the douchebags.
That's probably the best song on the whole album, honestly.
Hold on.
So, that's a Colby. That's a Colby. So, just for some background on the album, it was reported that Kanye spent $3 million provided by Def Jam to record the album, so it was like one of the most expensive albums maybe ever made. Received to widespread critical acclaim. Metacritic, out of normalized ratings of 100, gave it a 94, which is one of the highest ever. Any Decent Music, another aggregator, was 8.8 out of 10. Based as a general assessment, so widely regarded as one of the best pieces of rap music. Before the album came out, Kanye had like a whole spree of weekly releases and known as Good Fridays through his website. A lot of these tracks did not make it to the album, but they were some of the best songs that Kanye may have ever released. Some of these were really good. I Will Die on This Hill. Some of those were better than the album tracks. But moving on from that, the album won Best Rap Album at the 2012 Grammy Awards. Wasn't nominated for Album of the Year, which was kind of a snub. I believe All of the Lights won Best Rap Song and Best Rap / Sung Production or Collaboration. It is, again, it's widely regarded as his best album. Me, myself, I think this is Kanye's best album as a whole. I remember listening to it over and over and over again. It was probably, realistically, maybe the first Kanye album that I just, from front to back, every single song, I would listen to it over and over again. And this was for months. I just think that the production on this album is exceptional, and Kanye was really at maybe his rapping best, short of The Life of Pablo, but I think this is probably peak Kanye in my opinion. That's just me.
Yeah. And just to remind everyone, in one of the songs, I forget which one it is, Kanye does bring up fish dicks. That's all.
That's true. He does.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. He really
That
does.
is too funny.
Just some notable things about that album real quick. This was the first time recorded anyways, that somebody had told Rick Ross to redo his verse on their song, leading to Rick Ross's probably best verse ever on Devil in a New Dress. I would assume that most people think that that's his best verse. Nicki on Monster, short of Lee Wargo, a lot of people think that this is her best verse ever and that she decimated the other three, which were Jay-Z, Rick Ross, and Kanye. I personally think that Kanye's verse was better, but that's just me. But I know Lee disagrees with that. Crone, any thoughts on that song specifically? Do you remember that one?
I mean, so that's honestly not one of my favorite songs, but I know if you're at a party and Monster comes on, people are fucking shouting Nicki's verse. So
Right.
I respect that.
Well, and that goes to say with popularity. I think we all know Veery's thoughts on most of that.
What about the song with? What do you think about the song with John Lennon?
John Lennon?
Yeah,
pretty good.
I'll kill you if I have the chance.
What's the song with John Lennon?
Blame Game, dude.
That's the one.
Oh, okay.
A little.
What did you think about his
snippet
verse?
of this? Yeah.
John Lennon's bad.
That must have been an expensive. That must have been That must have been a big part of the bill. You said it was.
That was probably most of it. If I'm
Baby at the Time Machine.
Yeah.
Well, he had to do it.
That's crazy they had him on that, huh?
Again, we run into the Taylor issue.
Frustrated
with the
John Lennon joke.
With the interrupting her award acceptance speech. That seems to have been the general inspiration for Runaway, at least, maybe even portions of the album as a whole. But I think Runaway is probably the best song on this entire album. Am I wrong?
I would agree.
Okay.
It's hard to say no to that, to be honest. All of the Lights is a really good song.
Oh, yes, it is. Veary dislikes that song. I just want to point that one out.
I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's one of my favorites, but
that's a straight pop deluxe sent to you overnight in a package for your pop overnighted song.
Well, I mean, that's one way to put it.
Something in this album that I love is Hell of a Life, and he samples Iron Man by Black Sabbath in his melody, and I kind of always just love that little thing.
That he does.
No more drugs for me. Something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I
didn't know that was a thing. See,
well,
I'd like to know that.
Now you do.
Well, Ray Charles, Black Sabbath. There we go. That's two fucking. You got two great.
Mary and Joseph.
So far, Yo,
moving
Ray
on.
Charles, Black Sabbath, John Lennon. All right, the hat trick. Now I like Kanye.
Moving on. Want to at least give a quick shout out. It appears that Jeremih is recovering from COVID. He was in the ICU and he appears to have been moved. Hoping that he's stable. Shouts out to Jeremih, very talented singer. The last one that I wanted to touch on was Drake posted a very ominous video. It was like 20, 30 seconds. Just of like a waterscape with maybe a drone and some city liner, but there was a Nike logo and the date 12/18/2020. So I suppose we will see. We all know Certified Lover Boy is coming January, but for now, I'm looking forward to any and all Drake releases. Anybody excited for this? What are your thoughts?
Well, we already had our Drake talk, right?
Right, but he just posted this the other day.
Yeah, more hype. I mean, what do we do?
Mass hype.
Too much hype. Too much hype can kind of annoy you a little bit, you know.
You're not wrong.
You want to get teased a little, and then eventually it makes it better when you get dropped. Like too much hype is just bullshit. So you better slow down before you.
But with that being
That's
said,
how I feel about hyping up shit that you don't release yet, and you just don't release it, and you keep hyping it up. It's bullshit.
Right, but he did say January. So with the current landscape of Playboy Cardis and shit like that, where they constantly say that the music's going to drop soon. I don't know the exact numbers, but I think Drake has been pretty close to most of his release dates that he has shouted out there. So hopefully we get something good from that. Lee, thoughts on this one? Did you see the video?
I haven't seen it. I mean, it's not a big surprise. It seems pretty fucking standard. Just release a single before you release your album the previous month.
It will be a single.
It's probably a video, right?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Again, the Laugh Now, Cry Later video song was amazing. I mean, there were a lot of Nike shouts out on that shit too, but who can blame them? I mean, if you're a partner or the biggest partner of one of the biggest corporations, if not the biggest in the world, you know, do your thing.
Someone told me that Drake's videos were trash, and I never really thought about it, so I went and watched back all of them, and I think it's funny. I think he just is aware that he's kind of a meme. His music isn't, but he kind of is a meme. I mean, whenever he shows up, look at him at the basketball games yelling at basketball players.
Goofy looking dude.
I think he just knows how to play the game, dude. I think he knows how to play the game. He does a damn good job.
He's got swag and plenty of women lust him. Still.
But yeah, I mean, I'll check it out. I'm not like fucking starving for his shit. I would really love to hear Kendrick before I hear Drake. But
I would take it out.
True that. Yeah.
One or the other.
I will listen to Drake. Yeah.
I want my new mom jeans first.
I think we would all love some new mom jeans.
I'll take that over both, honestly.
The problem being that we have no new news on that one. So
this has been an album name for a fucking.
Well, that's a call out. Sounds like a call out, dude.
Should have been.
Veery's calling on mom jeans. Eric, what do you think, buddy?
It's supposed to be fall 2020, and then it's I don't know. What do we have left? A month until it's winter. I don't know.
It's like 8 days.
I don't know. Call me out. Eric from Mom Jeans.
Moving on from the segments, we have my favorite part.
If you're watching.
We have drunk trivia. We're going to move on to the games now.
Spin that fucking wheel again, dude.
Oh, yeah, you're going to
wait a second. There's a wheel right next to me.
There is a wheel.
We
only spun it once. We have to spin it again.
I'm sitting here like, dude, what the fuck's this? Same thing?
It landed on me taking a drink. I'll take that drink, but I'm going to spin it again.
What? Okay.
Wow, cheater.
Rip a bowl.
Hello? Whoa.
It's Rip a Bowl.
I'm sorry, this is an imperialist podcast.
I'm going to drink.
How many spins do you want? I'll drink with you, brother, and then take a hit.
It's just too easy, you know? All right.
The Lee Wargo imperialist podcast.
All right.
What's up, man?
So, my favorite part of the entire situation, we come to the drunk games of the night.
Hi, naked man.
I want to start this one. I did a lot of research. I just tried to grab as much music knowledge as I could. We're gonna start it off with music trivia. Now this is gonna be from all genres, all times, everything. So don't worry if you don't know some of them. You might know others. This, that, and the other. We're gonna start it off with. Does anybody know Stevie Nicks' real first name? Go.
Stevie.
Stephanie.
Oh, Veary got it. That's one for Veary. Crone and Lee, take a sip.
That one was obvious.
Oh, okay.
No, I just kind of knew it. I just kind of
Yeah,
knew it.
I was assuming it was something that's going to be totally different.
I knew it, yeah.
This one,
I
a bit on the easier side. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is situated in what U.S. state?
Ooh,
Tennessee?
Michigan.
Nope.
Rock and roll. Fuck.
New York?
Nope.
Houston?
Everybody
Colorado.
drink.
Yep.
The answer is Ohio.
You said city, dude. That's a state.
No, he said state.
Oh. And when what did I say? Houston.
I thought Ohio was for lovers, not rock and roll.
I thought he said
whatever.
city, and I was like, shit. There's so many cities. It's only 3 states.
All right, moving on. We
I
have
know that.
Ace Frehley is a member of which iconic rock band?
AC/DC. No, Guns N' Roses.
East Freely?
Ace?
Frehley.
Ace? Ace of
Ace
Spades?
Frehley.
It's not Guns N'
By a
Roses.
Motorhead?
Oh, wait.
You all lose. Take a drink.
Wait.
The answer was Kiss.
Mm.
Oh, dude,
My
I
dad
guess
would hate
literally
me.
2 of the 3 that was possible
heard-
guesses for an answer.
Just to throw this in, I heard Gene Simmons is a huge douchebag.
I have heard that.
Ah, fucking Ace.
Look into it,
Moving
dude.
on, we have which American rapper originally went by the name Lassane Parish Crooks?
Oh.
Parish Crooks?
Lassane Parish Crooks.
I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just
Very
wondering.
famous rapper.
Mm.
It's
Yeah, I've heard the
probably
name.
Jay-Z, dude.
Lil Wayne?
Nope. Veary, guess?
Fuck. Lloyd Banks. Fuck, I got no shit.
Tupac.
Oh.
For real?
Everybody drink. Mm-hmm.
Asshole. We're all asshole.
Yep.
Moving on from that, we have how many members of Leonard Skinner died in the infamous plane crash of 1977?
4.
Nope.
Fuck.
3.
2.
It was 3. Crone, you win.
I got that.
Dude,
Nice.
that's fucking tragic, for real. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Lee and Veary, take a drink. It was the lead singer and the brothers that were guitarists.
Yeah.
Dude, cheers to them. I mean, that's fucking... That's
Shout
really
out.
sad.
Dude.
Right. The next one is pretty easy again. Who joined Snoop as a vocalist and production on Drop It Like It's Hot?
Oh, Pharrell?
Yep. Veary and Lee drink.
I
I'm
might
gonna
as
take
well
another.
just finish
I'll
my drink.
take another one for fucking Skinner, dude. I'm still sad about that.
Gotta do it. Crone is now in the lead 2. Veary
Oh,
has
yeah.
1. Lee has none. Which popular singer is referred to as, quote, the boss?
Rick Ross?
Boss baby.
That's what
Rick
I was
Ross the
thinking.
boss, dude.
That's what I was thinking.
Lady
Hello?
Gaga.
Rick Ross the boss.
It
Final
is
answer.
Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
Oh.
Bruce the Boss Springsteen?
Everybody
on.
drinks.
that's
Yeah.
tragic. Why don't you fucking drink too?
I've been drinking this entire time. I'm literally almost out of booze.
Yeah,
Ben
right,
10.
buddy.
Yeah, right.
What American rock band was founded as a one-man project in Seattle in 1994?
Every fucking rock band ever.
You lose.
The Foo Fighters?
One.
What'd you
man.
say?
Foo Fighters?
Crone wins.
Oh my.
Oh, did I get it?
Why do
That's
you know
Bruce.
that?
That's 3-1 to 0. League
I
gets
feel like
swept.
I feel like Trav's probably told me that like 10 years ago, honestly. And it felt like, okay, Nirvana probably.
Your singer just killed himself. You're still a rock star. But you don't want to play drums. You're like, I want to start a rock band, but I don't want to play the fucking.
Well, that is a hot take. I will admit that one.
David Grohl was not a great drummer. He's a great rock star. He's a great singer. He plays good guitar, but he was not a great drummer at all.
He's not bad.
He was a great
drummer. He's not like one of the.
Oh yeah, the Nirvana drum solos blew your mind.
He wasn't the best.
He drummed for.
You got that shit on repeat, dude. Just Nirvana drum solos.
Not
so nasty.
He also went on to drum for Queens of the Stone Age
bro.
and had some good drumming for them.
Look, he's a fucking. I'm not.
And Tenacious D.
Did he drum for Tenacious D?
A bunch of times.
They're legendary, honestly.
So you think he wanted to sing for Foo Fighters, but didn't want to sing while he played drums and be like the ultimate fucking rock star? Because no one does that.
He'd do all three.
Anderson
no, just play drums and sing.
Anderson .Paak.
True.
Okay. And the whole band though.
Yep.
Yo, Anderson .Paak live, unreal.
Absolutely does it, but I'm just in this time when he wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of people can rock a fucking snare and sing. It's beautiful. Anderson .Paak's gorgeous voice.
We have reached the end of our time, ladies and gentlemen. I want to end it off as we do every week with everybody getting 60 seconds of their time to speak their mind about whatever music they are excited about or anything they have coming up. I'm going to start with you, Veary. Let's see what you got to say, buddy.
I wasn't prepared for this. Definitely excited for what we were talking about earlier with Dogleg and the worst party ever. Share the same hype for it. Worst party is, we both found that band when they came up in Spotify with fucking somehow through those playlists when we're rocking like 500 monthly views and shit. Just some kids singing into his fucking microphone with a guitar just made gorgeous songs.
True.
But I couldn't stop listening to it, and then you got this band. They started fucking rocking heavy. It sounds great, and just the fact that they collect so hard with Dogleg. We're pumped for that, hard as fuck. Besides this, the mom jeans.
Of course.
We got a few of us here love mom jeans, and speaking a little something about an album.
This was a while.
This was a while ago. Like the last time we saw him was last fall. Missed him in January, and then missed him again because of the virus.
Right.
So we're getting teased a little bit, but we'll see if that's comes soon. So stay hyped for that.
Well, I could not agree anymore with you on that one.
Keep both eyes wide open because new mom jeans, if it comes out, it's gonna fucking slam.
Crony, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
What are you looking for? What have you been listening to? What's going on?
Something I've been listening to today. I want to shout out Jake Slater, one of the homies from Lakeville.
Humble
just dropped all my ashes. No, it's a solo.
Is
great, folk, kind of like psychedelic.
Gotta check that out.
Yeah, if you look up JJ Slater, Spotify, Apple Music, good stuff. King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard dropped an album. Been listening to that. Fire.
Yes, they did.
Looking forward to Miley Cyrus is dropping an album, honestly. Probably gonna peep that just to see what's up, what direction she's going for.
Doing with this latest alt rock swing that she's got going on. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. And then
there's some good releases coming up.
Yeah. And of course I'll be dropping some project by the end of this year. So
there you go. Well,
stay tuned for that.
Crone has about 1 month and 8 days to drop something, as according to his own words. So we'll see you later on this quarter of the year, Boney. And ending it off with
how can we find it? How can we find your tunes? Follow
YouTube, Instagram.
Don't cut yourself short. How are people going to find it?
So I got a bunch of stuff on Spotify already, but for updates, follow me on Instagram.
What is it?
John Crown. I think it might be down here.
Yeah,
link
it somewhere.
Link it for sure.
Yeah. It'll be like shit. Somewhere like here-ish.
Yeah.
Somewhere, something like that. But wait out for that one. But I mean, realistically, within a month's time, that'll be out. So seriously, watch out for that one. Lee Wargo, what are you waiting for? What are you thinking about?
Honestly, I'm most excited for same thing as Veary here. Dogleg, worst party ever. I want to see more from them. I want to see more from the fucking emo community. It's just my thing. That's just what I like to listen to. I am excited that more pop punk songs are making it into the spotlight. I think that's really cool. I'm waiting for that takeover, especially with quarantine. More people are getting into that shit. And yeah, follow me on Twitch or else. More people are sad. You can be sad like me.
People are getting into that sad stuff.
And seriously, like, I'm ready for more DaBaby because that shit. Seriously, if you haven't heard that, it is damn good. And if you've ever been through anything like it, you will cry. So just be ready for it.
Prepare for tears. For me, honestly, just to reiterate, at midnight there appears to be some kind of Dogleg cover of Worst Party Ever, which I will be waiting for. Hand over feet. That's not the saying, but nonetheless, I got very little this week. There doesn't seem to be much coming up on the horizon. I am really waiting for that Drake release, whatever it may be, December 18th. I would like to believe that there will be Kendrick at some point within the next few months, but goddamn, who knows? Short of that, there's really not much going on, in my opinion. So thanks for tuning into Booze and Tunes. As always, fuck SeaWorld.
Yep. Like and subscribe, motherfuckers.
Lee Wargo, how about we hit it with like, subscribe, comment, and spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel all the time, baby. Yeah, spin that shit, brother. Let's go.
It says, Lee, everyone drink.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing really left in this. Everybody rip a ball.
And
yep.
A message from our sponsors. After
it just landed on Burr.
Thank you, SpaceX.
SpaceX. Dude, I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention to SpaceX.
A big old mother. Fuck SeaWorld.
Fuck SeaWorld, baby. Fuck SeaWorld. As always, the sponsor brought to you by Fuck SeaWorld. Free Shamu, free my dogs, free my dolphins. We'll see you next week.
Free my
Fuck SeaWorld.
Free my motherfuckers.